Well, hello from Fuerteventura. We're lucky enough to be on holiday at the moment, and I hope you're having a great day and looking forward to your holidays. I was asked just to say a few words about how I have become involved with social media and how I feel it impacts on the way I do my business and my kind of day-to-day work in Scottish Borders Council as a head of service. I was quite late in the day in coming to social media, and lots of other people got there way before me. I think I was a little bit anxious about the public nature of it, and I think we get very used to being very careful in our work. I'm sure you're the same. In saying things publicly, I was really kind of talked into it in many ways by my colleague Don Ledingham, who had found a way of using Twitter that was really productive, and although he had been initially sceptical, had actually found a way of it informing his policy making and doing his daily business in relation to connecting. And I think there's a few words that come to mind when I think about how important Twitter in particular, but also blogging and other social media has become to me. And I think the first one is connect, that it's allowed me to connect to a far wider audience, and ironically, some of whom are in my own authority in Borders, but people who I may come across but would not be in the regular contact that I'm with. So in terms of connecting, you're connecting with educators from absolute grassroots level who particularly through the Pedagogue community, which I'm sure you've heard of, are doing some really exciting things across Scotland and influencing international as well as national kind of conversations and dialogue and thinking through Pedagogue and Pedagogue Friday, which I think is an absolutely fantastic development, where educators across the board, and not just in Scotland now, are actually posting something really exciting that's happened in their classroom. So, for someone like myself and for folks like yourself, who we are insider outsiders, if you like, we do come into schools, but to be involved in such a fresh and spirited way with what's happening in learning, I think is a huge privilege. And I think probably the most influential aspect of Twitter for me over the last period has been because I have lead responsibility for Curriculum for Excellence, and that's been quite a recent change in remit for me. And it happened at a time when there was huge consternation about the implementation of Curriculum for Excellence, and the media were certainly winning the battle in terms of the value and readiness of us all across Scotland in terms of implementation. It's so easy to listen to the media. It's quite parents to listen to the media, educators to listen to the media. And when I found this online community, the grassroots message was one of ambition and one of hopefulness. And the fearfulness that I was hearing on this and through this community was not an implementation of Curriculum for Excellence, but was actually a fearfulness that we, locally, nationally, managing Curriculum for Excellence, would actually put a brake somehow on the ambition that these teachers have to change things and transform learning for their youngsters. I find that tremendously helpful to me. It's sometimes quite lonely, even in the directorate, in your jobs, that you can find yourself in quite a close network that you're meeting regularly. It's so good for this community, and not just in Pedagogue, but I think it's hugely influential to cut across those boundaries and allow us all a kind of equal voice. And that is something I would also say, a word that comes to mind is a sort of equity that Twitter, that Pedagogue allows. It doesn't matter if you're a student teacher, and there've been quite a strong community this year of student teachers to newly qualified teachers to principal teachers, head teachers, researchers, folks like myself that at that time I was acting director, I'm head of service. Gives you tremendous networks to talk to and to listen to that really inform your thinking. I think it takes a bit of a kind of leap of faith and suspending disbelief in the sort of public element of social media. But I can only recommend it and say that for me, it's something that I really find a huge benefit and quite an excitement, I would say. I love a Friday when I'm listening to what's happened in classrooms across the country. So I hope this has been helpful, but I would only recommend that you feel the fear and do it anyway. Just suspend disbelief and have a go. Okay, thank you very much. I look forward to your holidays as well. Bye.